If at any point during this video you feel like I kind of just rushed it together, it might be because I kind of did rush it together because, you know, it's winter break, I've been working like every day, and I've also been working not only at my job, but on COG, and COG has really came together in just the last week to the point where I'm considering it done, and we're getting ready for our first tournament on January 10th on Advanced Warfare on the Xbox One. So I was very excited, really want to get this video out as fast as possible to let you guys know that registration for that tournament has started, the Snowjet tournament on Advanced Warfare. And a lot of people obviously are going to want to know about like rule sets and about what maps we're going to be playing on, and all of that can be found on the Play COG website, which I will have linked in the description for you guys, because obviously you guys are going to want to know that. Also, I do have a Twitter now for the league. Play COG is the Twitter, just at Play COG, so you guys can also hook up there with me, and I can answer any questions you guys have as far as registration. But basically it's 4-player teams, and we're playing on a variety of game modes, actually 6 game modes in all. Uplink, Hardpoint, Capture the Flag, obviously Search and Destroy, but we're also adding 2 additional game modes, those being Momentum and Domination. And people are obviously going to ask me why would you go and add Momentum and Domination? Well, I think that COG from the start was supposed to be something of an alternative system. It wasn't supposed to be just like MLG or just like UMG events. I didn't want to do the same kind of game modes. So back on Black Ops 2, when we did the first season, we added Demolition, which was obviously extremely controversial. We also added the Care Package, which we have now done away with, and a lot of people are obviously going to like that. But we've done away with that. But the reason why I did Demolition in the first place was because it was something that other people weren't doing. It was a game mode that I loved, and I feel like Momentum has the potential to be a competitive game mode, and it's just not being used in that fashion. So I want to go ahead and be one of the people who go out and actually use it, because I think it's a fun game mode. I mean, I'm playing it right here, and I think it's a game mode worthwhile for competitive players. As far as Domination, I hope that's a little bit more obvious. Domination is like a standby game mode featured in like every Call of Duty, it seems like, competitively. The maps vary depending on the game mode, and all of that can be found on the website, like I said earlier. Rule sets will be default, because I feel like since I'm not going to be the host like I was in previous seasons, I think that in order for the host to not mess up the rules every time, we can't have, you know, a difficult bombardment of rules. So we're just going to go with the default rules for every game mode. However, silent planting on Search and Destroy will be allowed. You can or cannot enable it. Totally the choice of the host. Obviously, enabling it would be closer to the MLG rule set, and probably what a lot of them will do, but if you forget, it's not a big deal. As far as Black Ops 2 tournaments go, because I know I haven't talked too much about those, the first one will be on January 17th, and that will be just straight across the board default rule sets for Domination, Demolition, Search and Destroy, Hardpoint. I have capped the tournament at 64 teams, which is obviously an obscene number, but because it's an obscene number, it is the most that I would be willing to do. But mainly our goal is, let's try and get 16 teams registered. I think a lot of people's first question will probably be, what's the point of winning the tournament? Now, I don't have any cash prizes, to the disappointment of everybody, but obviously I'm not going to kick out cash prizes for a free-to-play tournament. So instead, basically the incentive to playing is winning in a COG tournament. We're going to have about 8 of them prior to the start of summer, which is, you know, a vague description of June or July. The reason why you want to win is because then you earn a placement in the COG summer season, which is basically the same kind of season that we did the year before on Black Ops 2, and we'll have that season on Advanced Warfare, possibly also on Black Ops 2, but we aren't quite sure yet. So if you manage to get first or second place at any of the COG tournaments, you will be entered into that, and from there, you can play in a pool play-like system this summer, where we'll have the 16 top teams, 2 from each of the 8 tournaments, participating in a pool play system similar to the World Cup. Other than that, guys, I think I've pretty much covered everything that I've done with COG. All of the registration will be ran through Shalone, so if you have not registered on Shalone, you're not actually registered. So that is going to require you guys to make a Shalone account. Obviously, very safe, very legit. I wouldn't question the legitimacy of the site, and I think it's a very reliable site, one that I want to use for these tournaments, and one that I think is very functional. So on a final note, I will suggest you guys go check out the COG website, which I will have linked in the description. It's not the website that I originally made. It's a little bit different, but it's still, you know, a very functional website, a website that I like a lot, and hope going forward it'll help you guys in finding events and enjoying events. So if you guys do have any questions, obviously post them in the comment section. I will totally be down to answer them. Otherwise, you can head on over to the COG page and start registering for our first tournament on Xbox One. My registration for the Black Ops 2 tournament is not yet available, but will quickly be available as soon as I can get around to that. Well, thank you guys all for watching.